All right, what else do your friends ask you?
So one of my friends actually asked me about polygamy,
Mm.
and he was asking me why are men allowed to have more than one wife, and women are only allowed to have one, which is, he's saying that they're oppressed, and males are getting more rights than them. So how can I answer that question?
Okay, great question, great question. So firstly, before anything, like, you have to explain to them what Islam is and who Allah is, right? A lot of time questions come because people don't realize who is Allah, right? So they're thinking that they're comparing with someone who's equal to them, right? So once you realize that Allah has infinite wisdom, right? And this ruling is coming from Allah, who has infinite wisdom, complete knowledge, and they have limited knowledge, right? At least you would come up with an open heart. Okay, that's very important to realize. But nevertheless, so think about this, right? Somebody may ask, okay, this does not seem to me that this is a ruling from God because I see it to be unequal, right? Yeah. But when it comes to Islam, you have to keep a few things in mind. First of all, it's applicable throughout the centuries, from the time it was revealed to the end of the world. Okay? It's applicable to all the different countries. So you may be looking at it from a lens of Western perspective and North America or Europe, but you're not considering, for example, other countries which are developing countries. Okay? So you have to keep that in mind. Another thing you have to keep in mind is basically there are certain principles, certain objectives of the rulings in Islam, and one of them is the greater good of the society. Okay? So from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, the creator, He knows what men want and what women want, right? And He knows what desires we have. So He has given us some ways of having, of fulfilling our desires. Some are permissible and some are impermissible. So from that angle, He has made up to 4 permissible for men, right? So okay, if you have these desires, if you want to be intimate, if you want to have a variety of women, okay, for whatever reason, just to be honest, right? You are allowed to have up to 4, but not above that. After that, you have to be patient, right? That's it. You can't go above 4. Now, from a perspective of, as you mentioned, oppression, but this is also done by consent, right? So if a woman say, you know what, I'm only going to marry someone who can only have me as one wife, and if he chooses to go more, right, she actually can take him to Islamic court and then and she has the ability to put it even before the marriage, right, or even after the marriage if she realizes that, look, I cannot handle this situation. I cannot live in a marriage in which I have a co-wife. If she can't do that, nobody is going to force her into that situation, right? She can get that marriage annulled, right, if this is not a lifestyle that she can live with. So now we'll go back to the husband that, hey, look, you know what? Do I want to lose her or be patient with one wife, right? So it's really up to the two people, up to the couple to decide what works for them. But there are many situations in which, and actually there are many situations in the Western countries where the women prefer to have that sort of setup, right? But again, it comes back to the couple, right? There's no compulsion, right? And at the same time, it comes, and then it gives you that flexibility, that option for the men to have up to 4 wives. So it's just like one of those rulings, right? And then for any ruling in Islam, when you reflect on it, you can see either partial wisdom, you can see a lot of wisdom. It depends on your own experience. It depends on your understanding of the world, different countries, different time zones, different time places, different times in the history. So then you can appreciate more. But but from the get-go, I hope that you see there's no oppression. Right? So there's different things, and men have different desires, women have different desires, and Allah is the one who knows it better, right? So for these reasons, these are not the reasons for someone to be away from Allah.
Yeah. So basically, the female must agree on it too.
Yeah.
So.
She must agree on it. Like she cannot force her husband to have one wife, right? But what she can force is is this relationship going to work for me or not? So vice versa. Husband cannot force a woman to be in a situation where there are multiple wives if she doesn't want to be. Vice versa, the wife cannot force the husband to have only one wife. She can only say, look, you can have more wives, but I won't be one of them, right? And vice versa. So that's what it is basically. Make sense? Good. Khalid.